Welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today because we're looking at something that has the power to completely transform your day-to-day reality. I want you to start by just imagining something for a second. Imagine the heavy, crushing weight of every single unpaid bill simply lifting right off your shoulders. Imagine replacing that late-night financial panic with solid, peaceful sleep. Picture opening up your banking app and seeing numbers that actually let you breathe a little deeper. That feeling isn't a fantasy, and it honestly doesn't start with a broader economy or hoping for a winning lottery ticket. It starts with the thoughts you choose and the actions you take the exact moment this explainer ends. Okay, let's dive into this. It's time to kill the bedtime story that riches just sort of magically drift in while you wait. The truth? Money gravitates to people who are already in motion. So you've really got to look in the mirror and decide, are you waiting around for lightning to strike, or are you ready to strike your own match? Picture the exact life you want, vividly. Do it until you can practically taste the coffee in the kitchen you plan to own. Talk to yourself as if the deal is already signed, because the language you use steers your feelings shape your routines, and your routines, well, they drag income right behind them. To get there, we're going to build a pyramid of wealth today using a really clear 5-step framework. 1, the wealth mindset. 2, high-value daily habits. 3, the language of money. 4, proof in action. And finally, 5, your next move. Let's start with block number 1, the wealth mindset, rebuilding your mental foundation. Rebuilding your mental foundation is absolutely crucial because, as we established, money moves toward motion. If your mind is stagnant, your finances are going to be too. When someone else wins, letting jealousy take a bite out of you is an incredibly toxic habit. Staring at another person's feast while you sulk is literally like standing at this massive, incredible buffet with your hands shoved deep in your pockets. There is plenty of food, but you're taking zero action. Instead, you need to treat their success as undeniable proof that opportunity lives on your street. Tell yourself, hey, if that door opened for them, I can build my own door. Pull the gossip out by the roots, shut down the endless scrolling, and only keep the thoughts that actually pay rent in your head. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole concept. A mind sprayed in 20 directions is a flashlight in a football stadium. Bright, but useless. You've got to aim your entire attention at one meaningful target. Find work you can at least like, because if your current job feels like wet cement around your ankles just dragging you down, you need to start moving after hours. Spend your late evenings soaking up free tutorials and testing small experiments until you discover something that really fires you up. Moving up the pyramid to part 2, high-value daily habits, the actions that compound. Going from how we think to what we actually do requires some really strict routines. You have to guard your minutes like diamonds, using them only on actions that move you forward. Feed your mind for 30 quiet minutes a day with a good book on money or a skill-building video. Trust me, this will pull you incredibly far. Reading is literally free mentorship from giants. Also, evaluate your environment. If everyone at your table is constantly complaining about the cost of living, find a new table, one where ideas and solutions circulate instead of just gloom. Next, live below your means, no exceptions. This discipline isn't deprivation, it's a vote for your future. And finally, treat technology as a servant, never a jailer. The exact same phone that steals half your day can connect you to mentors and global markets. Choose to create way more than you consume. Now, when you're building these habits, setbacks will absolutely take a swing at you. Treating obstacles as dead ends? That just creates financial drama. The real wealth habit is treating them as intelligence briefings. When you get hit, you breathe, you dust yourself off, and you punch back. The stronger your discipline in pivoting and learning from these briefings, the less drama your money life is going to carry. All right, part 3, the language of money, hard math and money rules. So we've got the mindset, we've got the habits. Now we really need to talk about the strategic, hard math of wealth building. You have to learn the vocabulary. Mastering terms like compound interest, equity, and cash flow is basically your armor. It ensures that slick promises and hidden fees can't trick you. So the crucial point is this. Every single dollar you keep becomes an employee that works while you sleep. You want to send those dollars out to buy assets that send you thank you notes back in the form of dividends, interest, or extra cash flow. But how do you actually deploy those dollar employees? First up, automate your savings. Move your money to investments the literal moment it arrives, beating your own impulse to spend before it even enters the room. Next, build multiple income streams. You need way more than one river of income, so if one happens to dry up, the water just keeps on flowing from somewhere else. Finally, negotiate your bills. From salaries, your internet provider, the worst they can possibly say is no. One polite question can unlock thousands of dollars every single year without any extra labor on your end. You've got to dream big, absolutely, but you must keep one sneaker on solid math at all times. Which brings us to part 4, proof in action, real-world wealth building. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great in theory, but let's look at a micro to macro story to prove these ideas actually breathe in real life. A cashier decided to track every dime for a month and spotted a massive leak. 5 daily snack runs were bleeding $150 right out of her pocket. By making an invisible, kind of tiny shift and swapping those $15 impulse treats for homemade lunches, she was able to shovel all those savings directly into a low-cost index fund. And here is the truly astounding result. 10 years later, those homemade sandwiches were worth more than $25,000. Never forget, small hinges swing wide doors. Small acts repeated over time can literally melt mountains. Let's move to another example and see how this builds when we talk about earning instead of just saving. A guy decided to tinker with broken phones after work using free tutorials and a $20 toolkit, charging his neighbors half of what the big repair shops charged. Within 6 months, that evening tinkering became a totally reliable second paycheck. By year 1, the side gig actually out-earned his day job, and he opened a physical kiosk that now pays 3 people. The internet is a worldwide storefront. Any honest skill, whether it's tutoring, design, pet sitting, translation, can be turned into income if you just apply consistency. Finally, we top off the pyramid with part 5, your next move, the immediate prompt. We've walked through the mindset, the habits, the strategy, and the proof. Now we have to cap it all off by translating this knowledge into immediate motion. As the saying goes, nothing grows in soil that is never tilled. Knowledge left idle is like seeds stuck in their packet. It's totally full of potential, yet completely unable to sprout. Wealth is not sorcery, folks. It doesn't require magic. It simply favors ordinary people who repeat simple actions with uncommon consistency. So I have a demand for you. Tally up your real net worth. Cancel a forgotten subscription. Toss just $10 into an investment account, list an old unused gadget online, or simply watch a 10-minute tutorial on a skill you can sell by this weekend. I want you to pick just one of these small concrete acts, and I want you to complete it within the next hour, before the clock steals your motivation away. Staying stuck after seeing the math and the proof? Well, that would mean actively choosing to ignore it, and we both know you are far too sharp for that. So I leave you with this final, crucial question. Will you pay the entry fee of action to unlock the life you deserve? Take that awkward first-day action right now. Stand up, pick your task, and start building your door. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.